Good evening, everybody. I'm Rob Martinez, Chairman of Jackie Gleason Depot. As always, honored and privileged to be a chairman and work for you. And coming with the shop gate for April, the digital shop gate. And I'm just going to go over some items and then we'll take it from there. As you know, this week is a school close schedule. So those who have a school closed schedule, make sure to monitor um, your work for the week. If you're not certain, call the crew with ample time because we've had some prior issues where people get confused. So this week, school closed schedule. So make sure you're mindful of that. This Tuesday is the TA Surface Operators Meetings, 11 a.m., 6 p.m. 195 Montague, third floor. These meetings are very important. That's where you have the officers there, where you voice your concerns, you ask your questions in real time, and hopefully the officers will able to address any issues and concerns that you have. Once again, this Tuesday, April 15th at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. for the operators. So I look forward to seeing you there. As far as the Gleason items are concerned, the ladies of the women group are conducting a raffle. The raffle tickets are sold up until the 17th. It's an Easter raffle with three prizes, I believe. And their bake sale is actually Friday the 18th at the depot. So I don't know if they're going to be holding the raffle that Thursday or that Friday, but once again, the women's group at the depot are presently selling raffles for three prizes, and their bake sale is Friday the 18th. Um, Also on May 15th at the hall is Women's Appreciation Day. Once again, 195 Montague from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I encourage all the ladies at Gleason to go participate if they're off. Um, Show some camaraderie. There's usually some food and refreshments for the ladies, and it's very important that you attend these events. So once again, that's May 15th at the Union Hall. On May 16th, the next day, is the last increase of the wages, the 3.5% on May 16th, which brings the operators who are at top pay to $41.88. So May 16th is the final year of the contract. Um, Now, more so than ever, it's very important that all members become involved, engaged, because we will be in contract negotiations before you know it, and it's very important. I'm pretty sure people are tired of the 3%, 3.5 raises. So make your voices heard. Start making noise. And be prepared. I'm pretty sure President Chiarello has a plan that he's going to push forward. In my conversations with him, he seems very prepared, and but he cannot do it alone. It takes the whole membership to get involved and get engaged. He's just at the top, but he's representing all of us, so it's important that all of us become involved. June 7th is Family Day at Maimonides Park from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, June 7th is Family Day at Maimonides Park. I know at the depot we have a committee that's preparing for Family Day. Not certain if they had the meeting yet, but before you know it, June 7th will be upon us. And once again, it's important to attend these events to enhance the camaraderie, to show strength in numbers, and unwind amongst ourselves. You know, it's going to be a nice day. Weather permitting, and they always do a good. They always do it nice. So June 7th is Family Day. That is all the events for now. So I'm going to talk about some depot related items that have been brought to my attention. One of them is there's a parking situation where the maintenance trucks park. I'm very aware that parking is scarce at the depot at certain times, especially when we have the 19A classes. Um, but those designated areas for the trucks, they have to be clear of our vehicles. There's a sign there that clearly states that that's parking is specifically for that. So just be mindful of that. Um, just park where you're supposed to park, and hopefully we do something. I have something in mind with the DOT. Once I get further clarification from them, I will present it to the membership. And if you guys feel that it is prudent and reasonable to push forward, then on your behalf, I will push it forward. But right now, I have that meeting in I think 3 weeks. I'm just waiting for the DOT to schedule the date. Um, Another item that's been brought to my attention by numerous operators is the cleanliness of the cabin area of the buses. As you can see, people submit pictures, send me pictures, bus numbers, and that's our area. I can understand the area where the riding public could get dirty, but the area that we occupy, that the only one that has access to that area is us, should be clear of garbage, debris, clutter, and so on and so forth. Um, you're not the only one that utilizes the bus. Think of the next person. Me, when I drive the bus, at the end of the day, I gather all my garbage. You know, I think we could definitely do better than that. So please, just put a little effort into the cleanliness of the buses. That's not fair to the other operators. Um, the last few weeks, there has been inquiry about shuttles. Now, this week is a holiday. This today was the beginning of Passover, as that's why we have the school closed schedule. Next week is Easter Sunday, so there isn't any shuttle work. Not that we're not getting any shuttles. No one is getting shuttles. Um, and once they come in, they'll be posted like they always are. We had weekday shuttles, but if the trains are running and operating, there obviously is not going to be any shuttles. But as you know, once the weather breaks, that gives the track workers and all the people that repair the tracks opportunity to work on the train. So don't worry, as always, the shuttles will begin opening up. Just hold firm. So once again, if the trains are running, we don't have shuttles. I have no control over that. None of the chairmen and the other depots have control of that. So once they open up, we'll definitely have the shuttles. Um, the route proposals were posted in the WhatsApp group. The route proposals, Nicholas posted, Vice Chairman Nicholas Stanford posted in the depot. Those are for your review. Obviously, the first phase is to see if we can modify the RDOs. Um, People who have RDO change requests, if we could find a match, we'll definitely swap them. Just keep in mind, it's contingent upon seniority as well. Like everything else around here, seniority um, dominates what we do around here, but RDO swaps are generally honored as far as running times are concerned. Going to the scheduling meeting, the running times are data driven. Now, granted, I am fully aware that these paddles do not work, but I keep emphasizing to everyone, just drive accordingly. Take your time. When you get to the end of the line, if you need to utilize the restroom or take a personal, do what you have to do. But if everyone is running up and down the lines just to chase a recovery time that doesn't belong to you, that recovery time belongs to the transit authority. We're making these schedules work. And I'm not saying we're here to sabotage the scheduling, but we definitely need these schedule adjustments and enhancements. I had a separate meeting with scheduling a couple of weeks ago. I brought up issues specifically on the B8, but there's a scheduling meeting coming up with all the chairmen, and I will continue to present the case that we need scheduling enhancements and scheduling modifications. One thing that I noticed as well, and I mentioned it before, the complaints are on the rise. Obviously, there are more ways for the writing public to file these complaints. They could do it in a tweet. They could call 511. They could do email. They have more ways to file these complaints. And nowadays, they're taking pictures, they're taking videos of things of that nature. Listen, I understand. The writing public don't understand how difficult our job is as bus operators. They don't understand. Sometimes they could be waiting at a stop. They don't know we're stuck behind an ambulance, stuck behind police activity, stuck behind the fire department. There's certain things that would impede the flow of traffic and us getting to them. And granted, I understand people got places to go, but their complaints are going up. Just be mindful. I always say, listen, don't be rude or insolent towards the riding public. Definitely don't use profanity as much as it's difficult sometimes, especially when they're rude and insolent to us. But always maintain your composure, maintain your professionalism, and that way we get to negate and dispute these complaints. Another thing that's been going on in the depot is OSS has been doing observations of the operators with the movements within the depot. The bulletin was posted a few weeks ago. Very simple. When you're backing up the bus, take a peek, take a look, make sure there's nothing behind you. If you could get someone to back you up, even better. But most importantly, make sure you hit your horn 3 times before moving the buses. They have been very stringent with that as of late, and there is no wiggle room around that one um, because it's a safety issue. So just be mindful when you're moving through the depot, especially backing up the buses. Um, since I've been chairman, um, I've been fortunate to see the discipline go down. Um, I'll address that on a later occasion on a separate show as far as that's concerned. But the unauthorized absences are a little bit high. And I get it, things happen. If you have an unauthorized absence, please bring some form of documentation or something to substantiate why you had to miss work. If you do that, the discipline aspect of it is removed, and then you're able to utilize whatever accrued time um, on most occasions. But the unauthorized absence, please be mindful of that. As always, the sick lines, the doctor's lines, something simple. You have 3 days to bring either or. In the event that you need doctor lines, if you haven't seen a doctor as yet or don't have the lines, at least furnish the top part. Then you have 30 days to cure. Please, that is a tedious form of discipline, the sick line and the doctor line. And I posted up a video the other day about sick control. I posted up some documents pertaining to sick control and how it works. Just be mindful. You don't want to go on sick control. You don't get paid for the first day. Any day here without pay, you have to make up on the back end. Me, myself, I have a bunch of those I have to make up, unfortunately. But please just be mindful of the sick control, and you can always go to the group to see the video and to see the documents. Or if not, you come to the union office and I'll make you a copy and I'll explain it to you. Um, also, the accidents. Accidents too have been on the uptick, and now the weather is about to break. We're going to have more bikes, more scooters, more skateboards, more people in the streets in general. Just be mindful, please. I noticed there has been an uptick in accidents. Nothing egregious, but a slight uptick. We want to keep that down as much as possible. Look, accidents happen. We're aware of that. And the more you're on the road, the more likely an accident, unfortunately, is going to happen. But just, you know, scan your mirrors, lean into your mirror, move around that seat, take your time. Because if you're taking your time driving, you have opportunity to react and to adjust. If you're moving fast, less reaction time, less adjustment time. So just be mindful of that. When you are running on or running off, no matter what time of day and night, you have to have the interior lights on the bus on. That was brought to my attention from superintendents driving on the road. So just keep the lights on. You know, there's a bulletin about that. That's another tedious form of discipline that's easily avoided. Um, oh, keeping the bus for your swing. Now, I'm going to state this now. The dispatchers are not supposed to tell you you have to keep your bus. The dispatchers cannot obligate you to keep your bus. There are some people who bring their food from home, want to come back to the depot and heat up their food and eat at the depot. If you have a pull in, pull out, we always recommend pulling your bus in. That's another reason why these paddles work, because in the event that there's a fuel line, once they start generating the deviation reports, the deviation slips or the cut slip, it'll show that you are on the ramp line. That's another thing that the dispatcher, if you get to the ramp line on time and you're sitting there, your cut slip, your deviation slip is supposed to say ramp line. We have dispatchers that have the habit of pre um, pre checking off traffic. If you get to the ramp line late, it's traffic. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But if you get there on time and you're sitting on the line, it's ramp time. And you tell the dispatcher such. If it's already checked off, you cross it out and you put in ramp line and take a picture of it. I've been saying that for a while. Um, don't let the SLDs dictate your pay in that matter. You might have a boost run. If you have a boost run and it says traffic and you got there on time and you're on the ramp, you're not going to get paid. That is another video that I posted in the group that you can always go back and check. If you need me to post it again, which I probably will do so to explain the difference between ramp and traffic on the deviation report, I have no problem with that. But segueing to my original point, the dispatchers are not allowed or not supposed to obligate you to keep your bus. All right. In the event that you have a dispatcher or dispatchers that are doing such, please come to the depot and notify me forthwith, and we'll address that. Um, the route stewards, I'm segueing to something else. The route stewards have been actively riding the lines. Ms. Perkins has been riding the lines, taking notes. We have been presenting that to management. We have been furnishing that to a few departments, the Brooklyn redesign, and thankfully, we're gonna start seeing results. Obviously, results don't happen overnight, but at that meeting that I had separately, and the emails that I received from scheduling, from road control, and from the Brooklyn redesign, they are taking the route line steward program very seriously.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Matthew Dejesus. I'm a B35 line steward and a certified mentor. So this mentor program, I can only speak on this because this is what I know. We're here to train students. So as they're in the middle of the process in Zuriga, we're here to train them on the right way, the rules, how to deal with passengers, and safely operate their vehicle in a real life situation while they're out there on the road. So as we train these students, on the right rules and the right thing to do, we just they go back to Zuriga, they do their graduation ceremony, and everything we do in line training is what it's called. Um, and that's about it. As a B35 route steward, I pretty much keep an eye on the road, on my route, see how everything is going on it. For safety hazards, we're looking out for just things to bring up, and I bring it up to Rob, and he shares that information. Miss Perkins is the chief line steward. She's been very, very, very great. She's been communicating all the safety issues that's been brought to her by every other route steward. She's been communicating with management, um, and also like with whoever she can see. And she's been out there just doing the same thing. Um, taking pictures of safety hazards, reporting them, creating like request numbers with DOT, or sometimes like with the Department of Environmental Protection. So we're pretty much out there doing the best we can to make the line run as smooth as it can be. So all this being a route steward and a mentor ties into. So now I'm keeping the route safe, and then also I'm teaching a potential student or somebody that could be on my route, how to operate their vehicles, as safely and effectively as they can, and hopefully to lessen the burden, to lessen the stress on them. Um, in my own opinion, I hear a lot about how why are probies paying their union dues because they get no representation, you know. But I want to say that we are their representation. Everybody in that they encounter is their representation. Starting off with a mentor, they're the ones who teach them how to keep their job, how to get through probation. And my motto is that the first year, the first 12 months of a probationary's job is learning how to get the job, and then the next 25 plus is how to keep it. So we're all of us working together as a team. We are their representation, and right now I see that the union is investing in people uh, who volunteer their time, who go out there and try to teach them the best that they can, how to keep their job. So that's where I see the representation coming in. You have like a lot of really good people out there, and I like to give a lot of praise to my team. There's people who are working immediately with me, and also, for the most part, I think Jackie Gleason overall is my team because I got so many people. There's Jay Bori out there contributing. There's Tasha. There's everybody, and I would most like I don't know, certainly, or whatever. I want to give a lot of my praises to Rob Martinez for making a lot of this, all of this possible, because he is giving us a platform. He's giving us a way that we can, and again, this is in my opinion. He's given us a way that we can help the members out. I think that he's really given the depot back to its members. After working with him for a little while, I noticed that he has two catchphrases. One of his catchphrases is he goes, "You ready? We got work to do." And his other one is, "I'll take care of it. Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And he actually does. From what I've seen, he actually does. So yeah, that's really about it. I mean, I really I'm very happy with the direction that this depot is going in. I'm very excited for what's to come. You know, I'm excited that just the camaraderie and everything is as far as I see is changing around the depot, and things are headed in the right direction. So you know, much love to everybody in Gleason. I love you guys. So they can forward that information to Rob, because Rob would know, or they could forward it to me, but it's mostly to Rob because he has, you know, everybody's phone number, and he would send me the information. So just the other day, Rob sent me a situation where there was like this cable on East 42nd Street and Church Avenue, and it was like a whole cable connected to the power line and everything, and it was like in the middle of the street. But you see, like I just so happened to be off that day, and so Rob forwarded me the message about a bus operator saying that there was like a cable and it was obstructing the bus stop. I took my time to drive out there and to actually see it, and then I see the cable that it was like directly dangling in the middle of the street. All it would have taken was one bus to go in there, and would have yanked the whole thing, and God knows what would have happened. So I took pictures of it and I called 911 because I assumed that it's a power line. I mean, I'm not a cable expert. So it very well could have been a power line. And then FDNY came and they clipped the wire. So the stop once again became safe. And that's all thanks because Rob forwarded me the message about the bus operator who told him about it. So when it gets to one of us, we definitely take care of it. Well, yeah, of course. If they absolutely, oh yeah, yeah. If they see me out there in the street, then I will definitely handle it. I will definitely handle it to the best of my ability. I mean, as I already am. You know, and anything that's going on, you know, just they could come up to me and we could talk about it. We'll resolve it. Um, the other day, also, Thursday, this past Thursday, I went over to Nostrand Avenue and Church Avenue, and I walked up to Utica Avenue, scanning every bus stop, reporting all the potholes and everything. Now, if you guys don't see it fixed, it's because it's been raining a lot these last couple of days, and usually DOT doesn't come out and they don't try to fill up potholes or do anything when it's raining because it'll defeat their purpose. But when the weather gets a little better, I'm gonna recheck all these things, all these issues to make sure that they're fixed and that they're handled properly. Right. So I'm a PM bus operator. And the only reason why I'm saying defer to Rob, right? You can come up to me if you see me. And the only reason why I say defer to Rob is because he's kind of like the the gatekeeper for like all of the routes and everything like that. So it's, you know, I could put my phone number out there, but then I'm gonna get like 100 different messages and like, you know, for everybody having a thing. So, but what he does is that he shares them with me accordingly. Um, but so far, for the most part, for the people that I see that they have safety issues out there, they bring it up. They either bring it up to me when they see me, or they'll bring it up to Rob, and then he'll forward that information over to me. Well, a mentor, yes. Mentor, it's me and about two other gentlemen from, I mean, just what I met in the class from Gleason. But there are a couple of other mentors, and as they keep rolling these classes out, Rob is going to continue to sign people up for it. You know, it's being a mentor, I think, is like a lot of responsibility, and they tell you that it's a riga because you are responsible uh, for another bus operator. I mean, it's not so much that, you know, like there's a myth attached to that if this bus operator gets into an accident, that it falls on the mentor. Like it doesn't, but they want to make sure that when they're doing their investigation, that we're at least standing next to this student and we're there active and we're not just sitting down and kicking our feet up and letting them drive the whole time. That I'm very proud to be part of this team, and I'm very hopeful for Gleason's future. From what I've seen, things are starting to turn around. I'm starting to see camaraderie come back. I'm seeing people just sharing. They feel like they can share issues. Like they feel like, from what I've seen, they feel like they can share issues and they can share problems, and it gets addressed. All right. So one last statement that I want to make to everybody is, uh, whenever somebody, the other day that I heard somebody say that somebody did something for them in the union and that it was their job to do, right? I want to say that when people are in the union and they do things for others, there's no instructional manual on how to be whatever position you are in the union. There's no instructional. There's a guideline. There's responsibilities, and there's roles and responsibilities, but there is no step by step guaranteed schedule on how to do everything. So whenever you see somebody doing, they're literally doing their best, and they're doing from what they can with their team, and they're learning from it, or not. So now imagine if somebody did something great for you in the union, and instead of looking at it as, oh, they're just doing their job, that you could turn around and pay it forward to the next member. And if you could turn around and try to make it better for the next person, because now you know and you have knowledge from this experience. So that's just something to think about, and a little bit of how we can grow and continue moving forward as a team in there. Peace.
And everyone is encouraged to participate. You do not have to be a route or line steward to furnish information, especially if you know the routes well. Um, Please, as much information as you can provide to help all of us out, it would be greatly appreciated. Um, Matthew DeJesus, who's one of the route stewards, will be explaining as well when I finish some of the points of the route steward program, and that will be a consistent thing moving forward. He's going to outline a little bit of it, and then henceforth we will be furnishing route stool reports when we do the digital shop gates. I believe I covered mostly everything. In the event that you guys see this soon, within the next 24 hours, be advised on Monday, I will be joining my pals, Brooklyn Pete and your boy Blunt, on their show to go over the first 100 days. And like I said on the promo that I cut for them, I expect some critiques. I expect some criticism, hopefully some compliments. But rest assured, I sit here with a clear conscience, knowing that I'm doing the best that I can for everyone, and I will continue to do so for as long as I am your chairman. I will always do everything I can for the membership, every single one of you. And thankfully, things have been improving. I could sit here and honestly report to you as well that Nicholas Stanford, the vice chairman, has been very helpful. It has been um, doing a very good job. Um, I'm very pleased. The more that we work together, the more we're understanding one another, and I'm very grateful that he has been buying in, so to speak. And he also, too, is given the opportunity to put forth what he wants to do, what he sees fit is better for the membership. So I'm very pleased to bring that to you. We have had numerous operators that have come on their own volition, um, and have been giving me input, things that I'm not aware of, and that too is very pleasing. You know, the union office is the member's office. It's not my office. I just occupy the office to do the members' work. The union office belongs to the members. As you can see, it has an open door policy. And that's something that I'll probably address tomorrow a little bit more. There's times that I go handle business and I leave the door open because that's your office. And, you can leave me a note. You could feel free to come in and participate in what we're building here. My aim and objective is to build and prepare the next set of leaders, and we have many of them that have been stepping forward, and that too has been encouraging. Um, as I always say, I have a partner downstairs with Kelvin Polanco and with Hector Olivares, the maintenance stewards downstairs. Um, we're a partnership. You know, the buses don't run if the maintenance people don't fix them. You understand? And anything that affects them affects us. And we're together, we're unified, and we're strong. And downstairs, the maintenance stewards have been very helpful on what we're trying to do upstairs. And every morning, I make sure I go have a meeting with them, and we're on the same page. And they too are building up strong leaders for the future. I see good things moving forward for all of us. But I'll leave it at that. Once again, I thank you for your support, um, and I look forward coming every day to doing the best I can to serve the members of Jackie Gleason Depot from here until I leave this place. So you have a good night. God bless. Enjoy the holidays, the Passover, the Easter holidays. Um, the depot has been festive. Um, the camaraderie has been building. It just feels good these days. And it's not my achievement alone. None of this is possible without the member participation, the women's group. We have the basketball tournament. I went there yesterday. Unfortunately, they lost, but I see that Sean Thomas is, coaching them and he's doing a good job. It's good to see the fellas, even though they're huffing and puffing and winded, but the camaraderie in the depot is coming back to how it used to be, and that feels good. And once again, that's not me alone. That's all of us coming together. So thank you. Have a good night. If I see you, I'll see you tomorrow on the Two Transit Misfits, and enjoy the rest of your week. And God bless everybody. Good night.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
I think that I belong to the minority group. I am Puerto Rican, I'm black, and I'm between the walls. So anything that I do, first, I will be reflected on me because I'm black, and second, I will be reflected on me because I am Puerto Rican. But with this one, I tell you that to me, I always respect everybody, and thanks to God, when I grew up, I was raised, and when my mother and father never told me to hate anyone, or they never told me to dislike anybody because of their race or color. We never talk about that. The matter of fact, I started listening to this stuff when I came to this state. So to me, I would say that this is something that I love everybody, and I have to be very careful what I do because who I am. So